So now what do I do? Well, I guess there's only one thing. There's something I'd like to know. Are you real? Can you feel?
Hi friends, I'm Pride Vintage. My name is Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube, and I use spirit, my intuition, the tarot to communicate energies to you guys, fantastic viewers. If you guys are new to this channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. You guys finally found me. I'm so blessed and I'm so grateful. Hopefully these readings resonate with you guys and you guys stay. And for those of you guys returning, I can't stress to you guys enough how blessed I feel to be doing your reading day in, day out. I am so grateful to you guys. Today's reading, we will be looking at the person on your mind and what is on this person's mind when it comes to you. What are they thinking? And maybe how they're viewing you or the current connection. Okay, so you guys are all very safe and welcome in this space with me today, and use your own intuition. You don't have to have a pile here that resonates with your connection today, and that's absolutely fine. There's many readings I have that might resonate for you, but this is for those of you guys needing to hear this message. Okay, so we'll be using these 4 tarot decks and the Hermit Tarot, which is more like an oracle sort of pack here, in order to do this reading today. So not very many cards, predominantly just the tarot. Let's get into the 4 options. Option number 1, we have the Lucid Minds Tarot. Option number 2, we have the Slow Tarot. Option number 3, we have the Tarot of Sacred Kingdoms. And option number 4, we have the Tarot of the Divine. So please keep in mind that you could be tapping into your own energy, meaning that pile will be flipped for you, okay? And that your person could be in another pile. Sometimes we get multiple energies pulling through one of these piles, and it's up to you to differentiate who is who. I might get it crisscrossed, so you can swap energies, okay? Specific messages come through for certain individuals. You don't have to force those to fit. It should be the overall energy in that pile that is resonating for your connection. Okay, so I'll leave you guys with these 4 options, and I will put the timestamp in the description box and in the pinned comment below. It will take you guys directly to your pick, and I will see you at your pick. Hello, gorgeous angels. Pile number 1, Lucid Minds Tarot. We're taking a look at the person on your mind right here, right now, and what's on their minds when it comes to you. How are they viewing you? What are they thinking about when it comes to this connection in you? Okay, this will be more looked at like recent energy, like the right here, right now. Hopefully it doesn't get into the deepest reading ever. Because I'm tired, and these readings always go so deep, but obviously I'll deliver exactly whatever spirit comes through here for you, beautiful people, but it's intended for a right here, right now. What's on this person's mind? You know, when they think of you, what comes through their mind? What are they thinking exactly? Okay, now reading could come reverse, meaning it'll be your energy. You could flip-flop energies as you see fit. I'll do my best to differentiate how many energies I see here, and you determine who is who, what's what, okay? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of beautiful pile number 1. Spirit, please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 1 in this connection. Please protect this connection and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good. I'm so blessed to be here doing your reading, pile number 1. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys being here with me today. So, how is pile number 1's person on their minds thinking when it comes to this connection? What do they think about pile number 1 specifically? What are their thoughts? What's on their minds right now? Spirit, clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 1. Interesting. Wasn't how I was going to do the reading, but that's how it came out. That's fine. Pile number 1's person on their mind. What are they thinking? What's on their minds when it comes to how they are viewing the connection between them and pile number 1, spirits. Okay. I'm thinking we're going to keep these over here. That's what I'm thinking. So the only thing that revealed itself so far is this Page of Cups. Okay, and sometimes when cards reveal themselves, it's like what's seen, what's on the conscious awareness. Everything else might be, you know, unseen to you, okay, or maybe even unseen to them, meaning it might be in their subconscious, not in awareness just yet. And so this is all about the opening of the heart space here with the Page, you know, the early stages of flirting and being receptive to love, but it is in reverse. So there might be a block here in taking the first step, or there's a block here, maybe, you know, in being vulnerable or expressing oneself, how they truly feel. There might be even a need for this person to apologize about something here, you know, and there might be sort of stuck here on this sort of position, if you will. And this is in my current position. Okay, so I'm assuming something might have happened in the past here. And I am getting an energy of hesitation, or like, just like a block here, but it's like a desire. I feel there's a desire to move towards you, a desire to be true to how they feel, a desire for there to be movement, but something internal I feel here that they're having to overcome or acknowledge. And it could mean that this person could have potentially acted immature, you know, or they might be physically younger than you in age here with this Page. Okay, but it most likely just represents in maturity level when it comes to emotions. Okay, Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune could symbolize things turning for the better, you know, when it's in the upright. It's a turning of events here, and it could also signify like repeating certain karmic patterns, learning from patterns, or trying to move out of patterns and that sort of thing. But I feel like there is something being learned or understood here, and we have a lesson or an experience here between you and this person. So, okay, let's flip these all. So we have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse, and we have the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Knight of Pentacles clarified by the Judgment. And we have the Hangman in reverse, Pisces energy, and the World. And there's that karmic lesson. There's the 3 swords, and there's the 8 swords. Okay, so what is this person thinking? I feel this person doesn't want to repeat any sort of patterns, you know, because I do feel like this person might feel like a need to accept some truth, or they're finally seeing something that they can't ignore. They're having to be honest with themselves. And what they're seeing here and thinking about here is how in the past there was a block, an inability to let go of some position that they held, whatever this was to them, their comfort zone, the position they were in, a relationship they were in, a situation, whatever was their world before this becoming something that was needing action. And I feel like this person was indecisive on you or couldn't prioritize you. And so there was a need to make more of an effort to choose or get pointed in their clarity. So they might have seemed like someone who was non-committal here with this 2 Pentacles, you know? And I feel for this group, it's like, it's like an energy of it never really got off the ground at all. It's almost feeling like the first stirrings, no matter how long you've known this person, it's the first stirrings or the first chapter to being open to love or acknowledging something about their feelings for you that is feeling romantic here. You know, so if you guys were in friend zone, it's like, I actually do have feelings for this person. Or if they were like in a situationship with you, then it's like, am I being honest with myself? And now there is this seeing what has transpired here. and how their inability to let go or be too held back or blocked, and this could be because I am seeing the 3 swords here. So this block to love here could be as simple as I still carry baggage. We see this luggage here. I still carry baggage when it comes to love and relationships. And so therefore I'm held back. I can't. And so I can't, but I want to. And so this is what you were sensing. It's like there's feelings under the surface here. I want to, and so maybe they were showing signs either energetically or maybe even in the pentacle realm here, like showing up and seeming as though they're interested, but then pulling back, or, I don't know, there's wishy-washiness here. And it's like they're acknowledging and understanding their own role or skin in the game. Okay. And seeing their block here and how their action might impact the success of this connection. It's like, if I address this block, like if I actually release this, I might actually have success here. And so I do feel like this is an opposite energy from this 2 Pentacles, because this Knight of Pentacles is a sure thing, and it's like really investing, taking the time and being very diligent. And so there's this diligence that really comes here. And so it is very slow. And so if you're on the other side and you're certain about this person, it's like this person is taking a very, very long time to be certain or to understand what I mean to them. And so you might have, and this is just intuitively, I'm getting like, thought this person wasn't interested, or that they weren't willing to risk love with you. It's like their fear is more important, or they're clinging to some other world here. Their baggage is more important, or this is what they're showing, and this is what they've shown to you, or at least this is how they're seeing this thing. But meanwhile, what really the truth is they're at a slower pace here, wanting something more solid. And it could be, again, I'm really getting, if there was heartache in the past, it's like, I really want to be certain this time. And so maybe they did rush things in a past relationship, or maybe they were overlooking certain parts. And it's like, I don't want to be foolish with my emotions or move too fast here. And so I want to be very diligent. I want to be very certain. I want to make sure I catch everything, which could be frustrating if they are going very slow. And what you were experiencing, like I said, was this hot and cold or indecision, waffling energy. So I feel like this is really about them closing out the hurts of the past, the baggage of the past, acknowledging to deal with emotions rather than be blocked. It's really a lesson here that you guys have been sort of brought together for them to close this out. And so you might have been stuck in this pattern with this person, or just this person hasn't been able to close this chapter. And it's like their own stories of what happened to them in the past, or the mindset of why they have to hang on to their existing comfort zone, has been the block to movement. And they're seeing this. This is why I was stagnant or blocked. And I see this, and this doesn't mean that their fears are gone or that their pain is resolved. In fact, it's like I need to look at and deal with my own mind, because there's a mind story that I carry, I'm talking like your person, that keeps creating suffering for me. And so if you are, you waited and you waited and now you've moved on, it's like this person is left with their heartache, saying, man, I have this heartache here and I keep experiencing separation or loss or disappointment. Now I find myself by myself. So obviously there's some way that I'm thinking that isn't getting me success and isn't allowing me to move forward. But it's like, what is this thought and how can they overcome this thing? And because I feel like they're still not fully believing in their own ability to be successful here because of an experience. So an experience is very real. No matter how much I want to believe different, or how much I want it to be different, or how much I desire pile number 1, it's like my experience has been that I got left with heartache and heartbreak with either pile 1 or in a past connection or relationship, or just that's my belief that it always ends in heartbreak. It always ends poorly. And so I'm sitting here looking at this. But this is like a pivotal point here. Like I said, this is present, this is more future position. And so for me, it's like, if it ends here in judgment, it's like, what is this person going to take action on? Because they could just go from judgment back to a fool, which is the very first major arcana, and repeat another cycle here for you. And so the world card is very important here in this future position, because this world card this is the last card in the major arcana, which means they go from judgment to the world, closing out this belief that isn't true, that's creating limitations when it comes to love in their love life with you, or just in general. And they're needing to close this out, and it's still in the reverse here, because they're sorting through this, they're understanding this, they're looking at what's happened, between you and them, between them and the past. And I do feel they're being very objective with looking at this, and they are understanding that it was really this self that was blocking this progress. The Three of Wands in reverse. Yeah, blocking progress, blocking expansion, blocking a level up. So even if you guys, let's say, were together, but the relationship was stagnant, or it couldn't get much deeper, it's like, I think you might have wanted it to go next level, or where are we going from here? Like, where is this going to progress? And it was just stuck there. Okay, and even if you haven't said anything to this person, this person's realizing this, whatever's happened. If you've brought it to their awareness, if it's just come to their awareness, if there's been a separation, if you're gone. But I do feel this person is still sitting with baggage of a loss that they're needing to address. They're really needing to address this in order to close this out. He's a sword, yeah, the truth. So now it's like, now I'm only dealing with truth. So if this person was running or denying truth or suppressing how they felt or clinging to some world just out of safety, security, or held back, it's like, I need to be honest with myself and honest with pile one if I want to have movement and success, which I feel this is really what they want, But first they got to be honest with themselves and see the truth before they can communicate to you truthfully. And so I feel like this stage is, they've understood something, and now they're sorting through this in order for them to close something out. I think we should see other people. This is this energy here, so I should probably put that there. It's like this third energy was really the weak point. It was the weak point in this connection, because you felt this person wasn't taking you seriously. It's like, it can't be me and something else, or your fear or your inability to choose this connection and be certain. And so there was this non-committal energy. And I don't feel like this person was doing this to hurt you. I feel like this person was leaving a back door open. So if they were dating, it's like, I'll just date less serious people, or I'll distract myself with work, or I'll I don't know, do what they keep doing. And it's really like run. And now it's like it's caught up to this person. Do you even see me that way? 7. I know you from somewhere. Number 6. Let me have you. Number 7. So we have 2 7s. Do you think about me too? Yeah, no, that's that waffly energy. There's the new beginning they want. This Page of Cups, Ace of Cups. 13. I sometimes wonder if you care. So this is Scorpio energy, and that's this self-esteem thing happening with this baggage of heartache. It's like, no matter how much you might have expressed to this person or showed to this person, there's this insecurity about trusting love, putting their heart on the line. Like, what if you really don't feel this way? Like, I can't believe someone could feel this way about me without me getting hurt again. I just wish things were different. So that's this, like I said, they want things to get better. This love scares me. Yes, we know. And if I follow you, I could lose everything. Yeah, the risk to love. So I know you from somewhere else. This is soul connection. This is a 6 cups, soul recognition. This is all about this world and this wheel of fortune. When I see world and wheel of fortune together, and judgment, this is like a karmic, okay, people get triggered when I say karmic, but everything's karma with energy. Okay, karma just means energy's balancing out. So there's this balancing of energy in which this person was needing to learn some form of lesson, and maybe you too. karma is happening. This person's big lesson here was to choose love, to put their heart on the line, to trust the love again. This is what they're needing to learn in order for them to have a new beginning. But they need to trust the universe. They need to embrace this new beginning and be honest. But it's like there's a lot of fears, there's a lot of suffering. And so you came here with a promise of some contractual agreement from some past life or some karmic tie, where you were going to come in and tell this person what's what energetically, like show them a mirror. And this mirror is saying, hey, pile one person, like you're unhappy because this person is unhappy being left out or, in this energy, it's like we can't love deeply because it's too superficial. And we stay really blocked here. And this person could have been here for quite some time. And so this is a wake up and a shake up to get this person to move, to grow spiritually, grow in relationship. And it's like, they can't just sit there saying, oh, I wish love would come in. I wish I'd be accepted. I wish I was healed. It's like wishing, but not doing. And so in order for them to get different, they'd have to risk and trust putting their heart on the line, but there is this type of an energy where it's like, do you even see me that way? Do you even care about me? I sometimes wonder if you care. It's like, no matter how much you might have shown this person or love this person, this is stemming from the inside of needing to be strong within self, to know that they are lovable, that someone out there is capable of loving them right without, like backstabbing them or abandoning them or doing whatever. Because I do feel there's abandonment wounds here. It ended badly, whatever. However, past life as a child, seeing other people go through divorce or separation or experiencing it themselves many times, who knows? But it's ingrained in this belief that relationship might not go well. So this is what they're thinking when it comes to you. It's like sorting through the truth, wanting a new beginning, wanting things to be better, and then working through this understanding of limitation that keeps them stuck. But it's like they got to close this cycle in order for there to be different things up ahead. And they're kind of here, so I can't guarantee you that this person is going to all of a sudden break from this mindset. And this mindset is this, like I said, this, what's it called? This low self-esteem or this lack of self-worth or this inability to receive love and think they're worthy of love and they could be valued for love. But the good news story here is that they're not running, like they're seeing this, they might be running from you or like blocked from you or removed from you. I don't know what your situation is, or they might be present, but there's lots going on behind the scenes with this person in regards to examining, understanding, taking a look at what they've been doing here. Okay, so this is what I have for you guys, pile number 1. I hope this resonated, and I will see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, gorgeous angels. Pile number 2, you guys picked the Slow Tarot. I love this deck. I just recently got it, and I do have it on the playlist for those of you guys interested in taking a look at these cards. They're absolutely gorgeous. So we're looking at person on your mind and what's on their mind. What are they thinking about right here, right now when it comes to you and this connection? Okay, so I'm hoping that this is more of a real time rather than like the whole look at the connection from like a more overall view. I'm hoping it's what's pressing on their mind right now, okay? But I can't guarantee you what Spirit shows here. I will read it as it comes through, but it's a right here, right now message in regards to what's on their mind when it comes to you. So pile number 2, Spirit. Pile number 2's person. What's on their mind when they think about pile number 2? What are they currently thinking about when it comes to this connection, specifically pile number 2? Please protect me and the viewer and this connection as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 2. Thank you so much, pile 2, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here doing your reading. Your mind readings could be reversed. You can crisscross rolls as you see fit, or you could be tapping into your own energy. If that's the case, you can go check out another pile, okay? So, pile number 2 and the person on their mind. Let's do this. How are they thinking right now when it comes to this connection and pile number 2, spirits? Thank you so much. So we have strength and the 4 of Wands in reverse. So Leo energy. Pile number 2's person. How are they thinking about this connection and about pile 2 at this time? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good, spirit. Thank you so much. We will pull these as well. Pile 2's person on their mind. What's on pile 2's person's mind when it comes to this connection? What are they thinking? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good. Okay. We'll read these shortly. Let's take a look. So the only thing that revealed itself was the strength and the 4 of Wands, meaning everything else is most likely in the subconscious or not revealed to you. I do feel like there's a holding back energy here with strength, and this could mean that there is a challenge previous to this, a reason why we would need strength, why we would need to be courageous. I don't know if this is your energy or your person's energy. We're going to see and reveal it, but I feel like there's this inability to ground this connection or commit to this connection. So maybe they were holding themselves back from committing, or maybe it's like you're in an energy of like, I don't see any sort of commitment here, and now I need my courage or my strength in order to change the dynamic here, because somehow this connection wasn't being grounded. But let's see. Okay, so we have the 8 of Cups walking away. Yeah, okay, that would make sense. We have the 4 Cups. There's it could be fear of rejection. Somebody got rejected. 4 Cups, let's keep going. And we have the 7 of Cups in reverse. And we have the 5 of Wands in reverse. Oopsie. And we have the Magician. So we have Virgo, Gemini, Leo. King of Swords, more Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Page of Cups. Oh my goodness. Like, take a look at that cutie patootie. Okay. And then we have the Chariot in reverse, Cancer energy. The Ace of Cups. No, I just said Ace of Cups. Oh my goodness. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And the 9 of Cups. Wish fulfillments. And the Page of Wands in reverse. So we got 2 pages here. Pages could talk about new beginnings. Okay, it could be talking about somebody potentially at the early stages of understanding or exploration. But let me see. Some of you guys could have a child with this person. Okay. But what's under 8 Cups? 10 Cups. Yeah, some of you guys might have already had a family with this person, but not necessarily. Okay. What's on their mind when they think of you? Okay. This is a clear message. What are they thinking about? I think you snooze, you lose. That's what's coming through very clear to me. And I think this person snoozed. You could switch roles, but it's like, I think this person was being called to action. And this person didn't take action. They were either keeping all their options open, or they turned down your offer, or they just had a big fat old fear of rejection if they were to move towards you. And all this most likely did was create tension in this connection at one point in time. And I think maybe you're in an energy here that's had to remove yourself or walk away and refrain from getting involved with this person in order for you to create your own happiness, because I feel like what you wanted was something you could rely on, something stable, something grounded, something that would bring you emotional fulfillment. And the only way you could create this was to manifest it yourself by walking away instead of staying in this limbo land. And so what is this person thinking about? This person is thinking about what has transpired and is wanting to come forward with a form of an apology, or saying, here I am. I'm choosing you, pile number 2, because in the past, I was not choosing, I was keeping it open, and it resulted in whatever, you walking away, me not getting my full potential here with you. It doesn't feel good. I know that you're my wish fulfillment. And so now you're either removed or that this imbalance has been revealed. And this person's like, I don't want to have any sort of conflict anymore about the uncertainty here, which I do feel was generated from them either having, like I said, a fear of rejection, or just they were focused on other things that didn't necessarily matter at the expense of this connection at some point in time. And they're thinking and seeing and understanding this whole thing. And I do feel like they're feeling really rejected now that you walked away. So whether they're coming here because they feel rejected by you because you've pulled your energy back, for some of you guys, yes. Or, well, what are they doing here about this fear of rejection? I don't know. But it's like, I'm sorry, pile number 2. I'm sorry that you had to walk away because I was uncertain, or because I was focused on other things here that didn't allow us to move forward. It was stagnant, and I didn't fight for you, or I didn't prove to you, I didn't go after it. Now I want to talk to you. I want to apologize or talk to you and tell you what I want to create with you here because it makes me happy, but it feels very selfish. And it feels like it's premature only because I do feel like there's not a whole lot of plan here. You know, it's like, it almost feels like an act of desperation. It's like, I better come forward. And I feel like this person's coming forward if they haven't already. Yeah. And it's like, I am the one who calls the shots here, you know? This is the type of energy, okay? They probably wouldn't say this, but this is kind of how it's energetically coming through, whether they see this in themselves or not. I think this person might not see this in themselves because I do feel there's a lot of ego here. And I feel they're really blinded by the rejection, and they're blinded by you, what you're doing. And now that you're doing whatever you're doing in order to sort of do what you need to do, because I feel you're a beautiful, confident person here, okay? Most likely a fire sign, or at least this is how you're showing up now. It's like you're desirable. You're desirable because you're choosing yourself, or you're looking good. And you made choices or decisions here to pull away in some way. And it's like, here I come to apologize, to diffuse the conflict, to acknowledge this imbalance that's created here, this opportunity that was there, but I slept on it or pretended like it wasn't important, or just didn't want to face any form of rejection. So I sat there. And I'm thinking about, like, because this would be a strategy, you know, a plan coming, but this is more like a strategy of me getting you back in my world because you make me feel very emotionally fulfilled. But at the same time, it's like there's no plan in exploring commitment or how I will ground this thing. And it's like, if this person had like a vision of what this could be, I feel like it remains still a vision of what could be. And this is what they don't want to let go of. It's like, yeah, but I know what we could have. It's like, okay. And you knew what you guys could have too. But it's like, unless it's grounded, then it always remains coulda, woulda, shoulda, pie in the sky. So it's like, well, what are you going to do? And so I feel like if this person does come forward, Spirit is coming through for pile number 2, saying there needs to be a communication and a understanding, like, what is this person wanting to do then in order to commit or explore further in this connection, rather than keeping it however it was. But I do feel like this person's like, hey, I understand it. I don't want pile number 2 to think that I'm going to keep it like it was, but there's also not a plan to talk about what it will be then. It's just more reactive desperation to get you back here because you brought me a lot of happiness. You filled my cup. And so, but I still don't want to fully like give my whole heart here, because there might still be this fear of rejection, you know? And even if you're not rejecting this person, the fear of rejection comes from when I open my heart and then all of a sudden I lose control. All of a sudden you run off with my heart. Now what? You know? So if it came from a family of divorce, it's like I experienced something here that could put me at risk and is really making me fear rejection. And so I need control over this whole thing. But in this instance, it's like I have to sort of give a little bit of control, or else you might be gone forever. And I know the reason why you sort of left here was because of my inability to make this decision here. And so I want to diffuse things. I don't want to argue with you. And I know they were stuck. And so I want to get it moving again. But this is more talk, I'm sorry. I'll maybe say what it is that I need to say, not because I'm lying, but maybe I always needed to say these things. But what sort of action and proof and investment are they making? I don't see anything here. I see all talk. I see all desperation. I see all of that sort of stuff. But where's the action? I see there's a block, And maybe it could be. I'm not doing another round here because my readings are too long, but maybe it could be depending on you. If you're held back, if you got your thing going on, it's like, I'm going to step forward and I'm going to, because I feel really rejected by you walking away from me. And I feel a lot of you guys have walked away, energetically pulled back. And so it's like, depending on what you say will maybe determine. But there is no plan here for commitment or exploring this, or putting my heart out there. I'm still held back and still, but there's feelings towards you. There's a lot of passion towards you. There's a desire to have you in their world, but it's like their world of what? Their world of dysfunction, their world of, being reserved, or their world of something here, And for a lot of you guys, it's like somebody who might have just kept you, at a level in this connection that never progressed. It's like, I just come flirt with you and, like that sort of a thing that never really seemed deep or never transpired to like tangible things. Like, where are we going to see each other, or like, I don't know, live together, or like family, or I don't know. It's stayed in the emotional realms of early love. How do I awake thinking about our future? Again, like I said, it's like this, I know what it could be. Like they really see that potential. And I think you might have seen it too, but it's like, I want to keep that as a future thing. It like gets me going for my days, having this dream, this belief of what could be. And it's like you leaving is like, oh, my fantasy, my dream is going to be shattered. I don't want my future potential of what could be for me when I ever, grow the balls to take action kind of thing. Okay, I don't care if you're male or female. I'm just talking about like a need to confront this fear of rejection. But it's like, it becomes a reality when you're out of the picture. It's like, ooh, I didn't have the balls to act. No, you didn't. Seek professional advice. So there's this need for them to really be more in depth with why they're doing what they're doing. Because I don't feel this is coming from a wise place of really fully thinking things through, so much as it is more thought about you going, like I said. Again, fear of rejection. And so I'm waffling and I'm like, here, this could be somebody who's like very surface and okay with you being there, surface with them. And then if it pushes them outside of their comfort zone, or the minute they feel they're getting rejected, it's like, nah, it's like, no, I won't go there. I won't get deeper. So you're like, what am I supposed to do here in this no man's land? I think we should see other people. This is that third energy, the Yanas. Okay. It's like the fear of rejection gets in the way. Can't get deep. It's a 3 cups energy. It's not a 2 cups energy. You are wrong. So there's still this, I feel it's like a need, and this is red, which is giving me root chakra, because I do feel there's a fear of abandonment, and it's like a need for them to trust other people other than themselves here. But this is a big fear of them. That's like, if I open my heart, if I trust you, I already know how this is going to go. It's like they already believe that there's an outcome here that isn't going to be successful, that's going to create all sorts of pain. And it's like they sense you might want more, or you've told them you want more. And it's like, but I feel like if we go down this path, I already know how it's going to play out. So there's this, it's a delusional sort of energy, because it's also, let's keep it in fantasy then. yeah, let's keep it in fantasy. Let's keep it in fantasy. You're wrong. Like, we can't make this thing just happen and ground it because there's too many things to overcome potentially. But it's like, but at the same time, I don't want to just kiss it goodbye. Ugh. Fantasyland. I am terrified. Exactly. Fear of rejection. I'm open to compromise. So now I'm open to compromise. What does this mean? What does this actually mean? This means you've pulled away, and now I'm willing to talk to you about this thing. But the proof is in the pudding here, and where the pudding is, I don't see any action. My life started when I met you. There's a lot of vision, about a future that could happen that's now being pulled from them, and so there's this reaction. You are so very special. Yes, they see you as beautiful here. I'm too afraid to talk to you. So conflict and your strength. And so I'm getting like this page confronting this beautiful, like intimidating energy. Like I'm really getting your energy from this. You guys might be a Leo, sun, moon, rising. And it's like, excuse me, like there's a major imbalance here. And so this person, if they owe you an apology or if they have to come forward to talk to you to resolve conflict and bring you back from your walking away energy, they are very afraid that you're going to like burn them. Listen to your heart. Exactly. They're being pulled by the divine to listen to their heart, not their fears. Will you choose me? They want you to stay in this world. And it's like, prove to me, stay in this world, choose me. Again, but they got to flip it and be like, what do I need to do here to give pile number 2 what they were needing in order for both of you guys to ground something? Choose me. Come back. You're not choosing me. You're making me feel bad because you're now rejecting me. And I want you to choose me because look at you and look at what we could have. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. Like I said, coming here, but you're still wrong. I'm apologizing, but I still believe what I believed in the first place, which was love is going to hurt me. And Yanez, I'm still in this energy. So what does this mean? Probably going to repeat another cycle here with you. Because unless they resolve this Yanez and this inability to love deeply and this truly understanding from a deep place of wisdom what they are actually reacting from, this fear of rejection place and this inability to see what's real in front of them, then they repeat cycle and then they are going to create some disappointment here. But I feel like this is enough for this person. It fills their cup. And I feel like you are like, well, they might be fulfilled with this fantasy and not putting me in a priority and keeping me in this la la land. But what is this? This isn't building and amounting to anything I can touch, feel, or smell. It's just this pie in the sky one day, and maybe they never said one day, but it's like the energy they're off-putting here is like one day. But there's no doubt about how they feel here. They see you as a beautiful, strong person who most likely is now choosing yourself. And even more so now that you walked away. And it's like, wow, yeah, I see the value in pile number 2. I see the value so much so that I'm still afraid to let go of this fear of mine. So I don't know necessarily, because this is like most of that indecision is kind of in this passing energy. And I do feel like there's somewhere turning. I feel like this person definitely, if they haven't come forward yet with an apology, they're going to want to communicate. And maybe they're already communicating with you, but there hasn't been any sort of solid understanding or agreements just yet. And so there's a window of opening here where it's like this person is still willing to compromise because of this recent understanding of where you're at. You're like, I'm good, and it's like, ooh, I don't want you to be good without me. So there's an opening here to push them outside of their comfort zone and deal with this whole thing because they don't want to be in the outs. They don't want you to walk away and live without them, even though a lot of you guys already walked away. But it's like, I feel rejected when you walk away, when you pull away. I just heard this person wants to grow old with you, but it's like, I don't know if they could keep things kind of stagnant in their world as they grow old and do what? Yeah. Anyway, pile number 2. This is what's going on in their mind, is like, how can I get back pile number 2, essentially. Okay. And it's not really a manipulative scheming thing so much as it is their fear of losing you is getting them to come forward with communication, but they're not putting their money where their mouth is. So it could be infuriating and frustrating. And so Spirit's saying, like, hold your ground. Hold your ground. Like, there's no need for you to repeat any sort of cycle here or give in to anyone here just because of a potential. It's just a potential at the end of the day. And though they do feel sorry, they do, because I do feel if this person could choose and flick a switch, it's like they don't want to be scared. They want to experience this. They see your value. They just don't see how they could open their hearts to that in case they get rejected or abandoned or experience something here that they're really fearing. But it's like they're already experiencing hurts and rejection right now. So I don't know what the difference is here. It doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, this is your reading. I love you guys so much. I'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, gorgeous, fabulous angels, Tarot of Sacred Kingdoms. Gorgeous. Let's get into your reading, shall we? So we're looking at the person on your mind. Just want to make sure we're recording. Yes, the person on your mind. Person you came here about. And what's on their mind when it comes to you and this connection? What are they thinking right here, right now? Okay, I do hope that this is current, meaning it's not just some overall sort of look at the connection, but their current state of mind when it comes to you. What's their current state of mind? What are they thinking when pile number 3 comes on their mind? And yeah, see if feelings come through, thoughts come through right here, right now. Spirit, clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of beautiful pile number 3. Please protect me and the viewer and this connection as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of this connection. And the viewer, thank you so much, pile number 3, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here. Please keep in mind that energies could be reversed, meaning this could be what's on your mind. If that's the case, you could go check out another pile. Sometimes we got multiple energies, so it's up to you to determine who is who. You can crisscross roles as you see fit. Okay. Don't force messages that aren't for you. I do feel it like that. Clear and concise message for beautiful pile number 3. Spirits, pile number 3's person, what's on their mind? What's their current state of mind? What are they thinking when it comes to pile number 3? I don't know why I just flipped that one. Weird. That's the Queen of Cups in reverse. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Okay. Let's leave that like that. Interesting. You guys got dancing cards. Maybe you guys like to dance. Okay, we'll pull some oracles as well. Pile number 3, person on their mind. What is their current state of mind and what are they thinking when it comes to pile 3 in this connection? What's currently running through their mind when they think of pile 3, Spirit? Clear and concise message regarding pile number 3's person they came here about. What's on their mind? We'll put that like that. Okay, I do feel there's maybe a bit more. There we go. Okay, we'll look at those shortly, but first let's look at the tarot. My ears are beeping really loud right now. Okay, so we have the Ace of Cups, emotional in the beginning. So that's a Cups energy. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Page of Pentacles. Queen of Cups in reverse, clarified by the Hangman in reverse. More Pisces energy. And we have Temperance in reverse, Sagittarius energy. And we have the Empress. Wow. Taurus, Libra energy. And we have the 7 of Wands. And we have the 5 of Swords in reverse, clarified by the 4 of Cups in reverse. Okay, and we have the Knight of Wands. And look at this amazing lion here in the middle. Wow. These cards are beautiful. I don't know why I don't use them more often. We have 5 Pentacles. And we have the Knight of Cups, clarified by the King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And we have the 9 Swords. And we have the King of Pentacles in reverse, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles right beside this Ace of Cups. So aces do signify new beginnings. And we have the 5 of Wands, and that's clarified by the 2 of Wands. So it's really hard for me to see these cards because of the glare. Let me take some time here just to see what this message is. Ace of Cups. Under that, we have the 3 of Swords. 3 of Swords is in reverse. Okay. Just give me a second here. So many cards. Maybe I shouldn't put so many. Now I'm forgetting what I'm doing here. Okay. Okay. 5 of Wands and the... I feel this is your energy, but I do feel your person here as well. Okay, so I don't know if it's how your person is engager. This is how you're seeing the situation with your person. You'll have to determine this, okay? Because it could just be coming from your point of view. If you resonate with the energy that I'm about to talk about, of how you're feeling and seeing the situation, and maybe how you're feeling and seeing your person, okay? But it could come through here once I start to channel your person, and this is both of you guys, okay? I hope this does become clear, because I don't want to confuse you, but I also don't want to give you guys false understanding. But one thing is certain, and this is the energy that I'm picking up, which is the divine feminine energy, which I think is you. But anyway, there's a lot of pain, okay? Pain. Experience pain, separation, and history here. And it's still being healed, okay? And in order to have a new beginning, which I feel... I'm going to say to you, okay, like I said, crisscross it if you don't want. In order for you to have a new beginning here, there's a need to deal with this hurt, and I do feel you're doing everything you can to sort of deal with this hurt, but it's still there. And you can't just close your eyes and make it go away. And so of a potential, of something with this person. I think you want something to happen with this person. You really do. You see a potential, you see an opportunity, but it's just an opportunity and a beginning here of something. It's like a fart in the wind until it turns into something. But you're just so tired, and I think you're exhausted here of emotionally pouring into a situation. And I think what you're doing is you're pulling back emotionally. Okay, now, if you want to pull back emotionally because you're just exhausted and you don't want to give to the situation no more, you can do what you want. But I feel like what's happening here is like there's a mindset that you have. And this mindset is actually not helping with the healing. It's like, I'm going to just resist giving emotionally to this person. Of course, if you're depleted and you can't, then you're depleted and you can't. Or you're going through a lesson, and then this is the way the lesson unfolds. But I feel like there's more than just you being depleted and you just can't. It's like you're making this decision. You've come to some conclusion. I'm not giving. It's imbalanced. This is what I see here energetically, okay, whether you're conscious of this or not. And it's like you're doing this, but you don't have a full understanding here of what it means to go through an experience here with this person in order to develop into this beautiful Empress energy. Because this Empress energy is one of doesn't resist and doesn't withhold love or doesn't calculate actions and doesn't get in her mind and all tripped up about how much she's giving and how much is imbalance and how much of the healing. Like, there's still a need to heal, but I think there's some hurts here. It's like, but you hurt me, and so therefore I can't be myself no more. I can't give, or I can't be open. And it's like, yeah, but that's the ego, and that's not going to help when we're still held back. So we need to work this out. We need to work this out. We need to talk about what's troubling us. This doesn't mean keep pouring into somebody and saying, "Ooh, you treat me poorly and it's imbalanced. Keep going, keep going." No. Because I got to repeat this, because I feel like there is a need to understand ourselves. Why were we giving in the first place? Okay, it's a constant message here through my channel, but there's this energy of now I know better. But it's like, no, you really don't know better. You're just doing something here because you're hurt. you didn't really learn or know or heal the thing yet. All you're doing is like, we can't give to this person because it's imbalance in how they're acting still. And when they are going to give to me and it feels okay, then I'm okay to open up. But that's a transactional. That's not what you're being asked to do here. And so I feel like this creates pain because this person is, like in the energy in which they are, which we'll get into your person. But I feel like there's lessons to be learned on either side. So of course, if you're going to withhold, it's going to create an energetic pull. But whether this person shows up and drains you again, like there needs to be some understanding here. Okay, we need to know what we're sort of fighting for. And so this whole thing is for you to fight for and understand your own value and really understand what do boundaries look like. Boundaries aren't dependent on what you sort of give to me in a way here that feeds my ego, or my ego gets hurt or crushed. And so therefore I put this sort of a boundary in place because that's what's creating this suffering. Because I do feel like you want something with this person and you're going to constantly want something with this person until you learn healthy boundaries and start fighting and standing up for yourself. So I feel like there's conflict. You don't want conflict, but there's 5 swords, which talks about sabotage. Nobody wins and nobody's winning here because both sides potentially feel rejected by each other. And there could be valid stories on each side. But if we only see our own side, then we only see our own side. And we're like, that person's not giving, or it's imbalance, or they're doing this, that, and the other. And so I do feel like your person's energy's over here, like a Knight of Wands. A Knight of Wands in a love reading isn't very solid because it shows up hot and bothered, full of piss and vinegar, and then it fizzles out just like a match. It's not sustaining. And I feel like this might have drained you. And it's like you wanted love or emotions or like a depths of emotion, and they're coming in with fire. And then no one wins and you guys are out in the cold because you feel like they let you down or they didn't do what you wanted them to do in some capacity here. And it's like this person then feels rejected because it's like they obviously, I don't know, wanted their ego stroked or something like this, because why would they just be this Knight of Wands? Because I feel like this person is not committing to you and not being reliable. Okay, and so why aren't they being reliable here? It's because this person has their own shadows, whatever it may be, fear of commitment, their own hurts. They also need to heal. Now, I'm getting, this is your person's energy, pile number 3. So this is blend. Your person is looking at and thinking about engaging in the cups realm with you, because I feel like it's been fire from this person, and all it's led to was arguments with you or disappointments with you or people feeling rejected and not good. And I don't think this person wants to be there either, but their love language or their love understanding or their ability to deal in love has been this Knight of Wands energy. This is this person's energy. Regardless of whatever truth they felt about you or whatever, this is how they handle their love situations. Is this Knight of Wands. Doesn't make it right, but this is how they sort of show up. And so they're learning most likely here that they can't just be Knight Wands and then all of a sudden it doesn't suit them and they go do whatever. But it's like something's driving them to be like this or has driven them to be like this. But now, as a result, I really feel of being out in the cold. So I think something's really happened here. You guys got into an argument, or they really feel that there's a loss here between you and them, or you really have a boundary up, which, like I said, a lot of you guys do. Now, again, take a look at why this is. And maybe you're just really healing here, but you have a very strong boundary. And maybe this is part of this journey, and that's great, but there's still more healing. I can't stress that enough. It doesn't say now, stop here and keep doing this, because this isn't the full healing. But whatever stage you're at in this journey with this person is like, you have this strong boundary. And now this person's like, ooh, and sorry, lots coming through, because this boundary could certainly create this hot cold and this push pull dynamic that could still continue forever. It's like, ooh, now I create this boundary and I know my person comes in. And so then we keep this sort of dynamic going. It's like there's a need to really get to the root of this thing, to stand on our own confidence and learn our own value, not dependent on whatever, this push pull dynamic. But anyway, so now this person understands this loss with you because you're all boundaried up here, and they're like, ooh, let me really think about, being in the same love language as pile number 3, which is actually coming with cups, not fire, but cups. Like maybe express how I feel and talk to you a little bit more about my feelings, be a little bit more romantic, be a little bit more loving. But I'm so anxious here. I'm out of my comfort zone. This is 9 swords. So why is it Nine Swords? Because their love language is this Knight of Wands. I've only ever been Knight Wands, and now I got to be this Knight of Cups. I don't know. It makes me out of my elements to be sappy or lovey-dovey, or I don't know, express how I truly feel. It puts me at this awkward stage. But I'm thinking about this and understanding that my person, pile number 3, is like the type of person here who's going to be all upset, or I don't know, and has shown me a lot of love, because you've been pouring a lot of emotions into this person, and now you're all off kilter here. Okay, so this person's like knowing of a potential, knowing of a new beginning to have with you. And I feel, okay, that this person is like, I'd rather emotionally open up to you and express how I'm feeling here, even though it puts me in a lot of anxiety, than go the distance here and commit to you like this King of Pentacles, because I feel like your person isn't developed into this King of Pentacles, especially if their energy is this Knight Wands. This is like polar opposite of the spectrum, because this burns very quickly. This Knight of Pentacles is like the end of the tarot here. It's the slowest because it's built over time, consistency, dedication, effort, hard work, commitment. And this is like, I just want quick wins, quick fixes, and then I get tired easily, And so this person could just be like, I don't know, the type of person that's like, needs to grow up a little bit, But there's lots of fire and conviction and passion and desire to fight for you. And I feel they want to fight for you, But it's like, this is so out of their element for now. Doesn't mean they'll never be committable or King of Pentacle energy, but it's like, there's a potential for this. But it's like, in order for me to get you or work together with you, it's like, I got to express emotions. And there's this, this totally just flipped now. So this is for sure how your person is experiencing you at the boundary. And what I explained here was how you were experiencing them. Okay. So if you don't resonate with that being your energy, then this isn't your pile. Okay. And if you do, then this is definitely how your person was seeing you. Now that my person's boundary gave me lots of love, is maybe closing the floodgates here of love. I feel left out. I feel rejected. I feel like I want a new beginning. I know that I can't be this reliable person that pile number 3 most likely is going to want me to be or has asked me to be with this King of Pentacles, but I can look at this Knight of Cups energy and consider it, but I have to really think about this and come up with some sort of strategy plan of how that would look like. But because I am so uncomfortable with this whole thing, because it puts me out of my elements, and I also don't know necessarily if it's going to be successful here. And so this person has a lot of inner conflict, because I feel like there's this push-pull within them about, wow, this is a pretty, like, they got lots of layers going on here. And it really looks like this. There's like 3 aspects, what I'm seeing here. Okay, it's obviously not this black and white, but this is how it's being explained to me. It's like the King of Wands energy, and then the Knight of Wands energy, Knight of Cups energy, and then this King Pentacles energy. And this trifecta, if you will, has to sort of have a marriage in order for there to be a success of a partner that can measure up to you. And it's like this person has only been Knight of Wands with you, or maybe in their whole life, I don't know, a Knight of Wands type energy. And so they're at this point of, maybe I'll try the Knight of Cups. But the conflict here is, if I try this, it's like I already sort of understand myself and feel conflicted, knowing that I'm not this King of Pentacles, or don't have it within me, again, whether they will at one point. But right now it's like, I know that I don't, or I know that this is potentially not me. And so is this even a choice? Like, should I even pursue this if I'm already falling on my sword or incapable of doing this? Because they already intuitively know. I don't see intuition here, but I see lots of cups. Cups are intuition. It's like they already know where this is leading. This is leading to them having to step up, having to be committed, having to be a King of Pentacles over time. But there's a strong fighting of themselves from within. Maybe saying I can't, or maybe saying I don't want this, because this is them. This Knight of Wands maybe enjoys being a Knight of Wands, maybe enjoys being fiery, maybe enjoys the non-committal energy of just being in the moment. And this King of Pentacles, like I said, is different. And so it's like, let me find this middle ground, because pile number 3 keeps going on about emotions, or like all this, or show that I love them, especially because I'm out in the cold. And so they know that there's this option in front of them, this need to choose and go down a path. But if they go down this path of, 1, not getting in their own head about being lovey-dovey with you and opening and expressing themselves, then it's like, then what do I do here about this King of Pentacles archetype that you're going to be wanting me to be? And so they got to heal parts of themselves that are really telling them internally that they're incapable, or why they don't want this sort of energy within their world. And not everyone is a King of Pentacles type archetype here. But I feel like the reason they believe this is because there is some hurts, there's some loss, there's some experience they had with heartbreak that they believe or understand that their inability to perform or be that sort of way is already not them. And so it's like they got to examine this and resolve this and heal this if they want to have a new beginning in love for themselves. Like truly. And that's why this anxiety is so sort of heavy here, because they're all sort of tied, because it's easy to stay here and kind of put the boundary here, the boundary of the Knight of Wands, Knight of Wands, Knight of Wands. But the minute we open this a crack and we do the Knight of Cups energy, they have a lot of anxiety because the Knight of Cups is going to lead to this other area. And it's like, ooh, then I got to, be honest with myself. Then I got to deal with this. And they're only capable, I feel here, according to them, to be sort of on the surface of this. It's like, if you want this King of Cups, I can maybe just sort of do the beginning, stage of this, one toe in the water. But it is not really in depth here, but it's keeping it like a seed of hope. This isn't really giving you anything, okay? It's not. And even if they are Knight of Cups, that's not giving you much of anything either. It's just being lovey-dovey. And this Knight of Wands doesn't give you much except for passion and fires burning. And it's like, okay, but what? And so, yeah, in their mind is this inner conflict, this seeing of this decision that they got to make, but that this decision would lead to them having to address this King of Pentacles energy that's blocked in the reverse. So 15, I want to get you drunk. So see, this is Knight of Wands energy through and through. Okay, some of them might be a Capricorn here. We have 15, but this is the devil in the relationship. It's them being stuck to a certain archetype of a Knight of Wands and being sort of chained to that sort of energy. And I feel like this is what's resulted in this connection not being successful here. You don't want that. Maybe. Yeah, again, maybe. That's not a King of Pentacles energy, and they know this. They're conflicted. It's like, I'm a maybe type person. Well, that's not King of Pentacles. I want you to choose. So again, I want to stay here, and I want you to engage with me. I want you to come. I don't want you to leave me out in the open. I need time for me. There's that, this selfishy type energy. But I mean, they do need time because they need to heal this Three of Swords. So you experience that selfishness. And this is why I'm saying you need to look at this, because it's really not selfish. It's really, this person does need time because they have a broken understanding here, a baggage in their heart space that's creating a blockage and an inability for them to commit. And they need more time to resolve this. But what does this look like? They're not all of a sudden going to wake up from a Knight of Wands and then all of a sudden be like, ooh, I've healed this and I know how to be a King of Pentacles. Because maybe they experience you leaving. It could be, but I doubt it. How this happens is over time and through progression. And it's like, I was a Knight of Wands once upon a time, and I was really fixed on this, and I was in this maybe, and then I experienced person 3, pile 3, and then I took a chance. Even though I felt anxiety, I took a chance and I expressed myself, and it felt so good. And then my person leveled up, and she stayed in this Empress energy. And she didn't put all of these erratic sort of behaviors, and she was healed, and she was a guiding light. And then guess what? I no longer was conflicted, and I saw my true ability to be reliable and that there was nothing to fear because I worked through my hurts. And it could be this tandem thing where you help them with their hurts. But if you're over here, no, come correctly. No, blah, 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 blah. I'm just saying, this could be you, okay? Whatever, that's what I'm seeing, but you could be at any sliding scale. It could just be your energy, like stay away. This is stay away energy. I'm right. Okay. And so then it's like they get stunted here and they're off to the next bimbo. Okay. I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying off to the next bimbo who's going to accept this Knight of Wands energy. And so then what does that mean? I never progress. I never grow. I never deal with my hurts. And here I am in limbo land, full of anxiety, full of this understanding, thinking I'm this cool guy. with this waffly energy, being rejected. No, not good. Love me. Yeah, so they need to love themselves. So this is both of you guys. Love me, love me, love me, love me. And it's like, no, you love you, and then you'll be okay with understanding this person's shadow. If you love them from an unconditional heart space, then you can give them some wiggle time for them to figure this thing out. Not compromise your values, not go down the path of them being this Knight of Wands and whatever, and pulling the wool over your eyes. But this is all about self-love, self-worth, self-value, our self-esteem, finding that from within. So then we can have a 2 cups. But if we don't do this, then we can't share. And this is what's happening. You guys can't share or be on the same page. There's lessons to be learned. I'm addicted to you. Yeah. And that's why the pull, lots of devil, so much fire and passion. And it's like, and you feel like stuck to this person, obsessive thoughts about this person, and like a need to do more. But it's like, but I'm betraying myself and I feel hurt. And it's like emotionally here, I just keep giving and giving. And it's like, why am I doing this? Like, this is devilly energy. So much devil here. Okay, Capricorn. I think we should see other people. This is this maybe energy. And the third thing, this doesn't work for you. This is not King of Pentacles energy, No, not at all. 3 cups energy. 8, I'm too afraid to talk to you. So you're in the boundaries right now. How does your person feel? 9 swords, and they see your 7 wands, and they're also having this inner conflict. So there's a little bit of a weakness here in how to approach, because they're internally feeling weak. If they're already sort of perplexed here and feeling inner conflict and all this anxiety, it's like, now I'm going to come forward in my weak Bambi knees to say, hey, pile 3, please, can you just, and that's not this person at all. This is opposite of Bambi energy. This is like, I'm confident, I'm going to come here and conquer you and then be done when I'm, and go make me a sandwich. No, but they're not coming forward until they're back in this energy, because this is where they're comfortable, and they're not quite there yet. Why aren't they there? They're feeling 5 pentacles, because I think you either had a blow up or you pulled back. And it's like, gee, I can't come in this energy. I'm not coming correctly. I'm feeling 5 pentacles, and I'm too afraid of this person 3 is going to blow up. You matter. Of course you matter. They know you matter. They're just the ones that feel that they're the ones who are conflicted with showing you your value. It's like, I can't be showing you your value when I can't even know my own value. Need more time. Okay, so the difference, I need time. Yeah, this is exactly it. I need time for me. I need more time. And this is what Spirit's trying to show you. And I hope you get this. This is sounding more selfish. I need time for me. It's all about me, right? Is how you see. And it's like Spirit saying, no, this person just needs more time. And it's not because they're selfish. It's, you definitely need more time because you're still healing and finding balance through this lesson or through reflection. And this person needs time because I feel like this person, like I just explained here, is like, this lesson needs to be shown to them that they can't just be a Knight of Wands forevermore and experience a deep relationship. It will forever be sort of burn and turn and too fearful and uncommittal. It doesn't amount to anything deep and substantial and rich, and so they need time to learn this. You need time. I do feel there's mirroring here, and I do feel like this is keeping you guys bound to each other and obsessed with each other and crazy for each other, and it's ups and downs and fireworks and boom and bam. It's all because of this need to neutralize energies, come balanced, and the masculine and the feminine who find balance within themselves can now show up to the other one who's balanced to create beautiful cake. But one has to be flour, one has to be egg, and then they create cake. But if we have like a gasoline and a Knight of Wands, we have these explosions. It's not happening. Nope. I imagine you naked. Look at this devil energy, fire energy, Knight of Wands energy. And I think this bothers you. And this is why he's like, well, I say he, whatever, she, masculine energy. This is why this person, okay, your person is like saying, well, I could be this Knight of Cups, because the Knight of Cups isn't going to be in this energy. This is more like the Knight of Wands. I imagine you naked. It's like, you're like, why can't you whisper tender things to me, or I don't know. You want more of an emotional connection, not this fiery, obsessive sort of thing that they've got going on here. But then it's going to progress to this King of Pentacles energy. Yeah, look at this. It stays at this Ace Pentacle, but a seed to what? To what they fear the most, which is this potential that they could be of a King of Pentacles. I want a fresh start with you. So they do. But it's like, when I'm in this energy, of the Knight of Wands, then I want a fresh start with you. But right now, you're boundaried up and I'm way too scared to approach you because you're probably going to be all about it, you know? Oh my God, you guys. You guys might be seeing 151515. I don't know, 1515 angel number. This is the most I've ever seen in all of my thousands of readings here. Devil energy. It's so intense, and this is why this reading's coming out like all full of firework, you know? Passion, 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 physical, physical, physical. Like, but this is how they channel. And it's not that this person only sees you as a sex toy or some thing like this, but this is how you feel. And this is certainly how they're outputting their energy. So I don't blame you for feeling this way, but it's not even about this. They got to get past and over top of this thing, but they haven't graduated from this energy. That's where they know. That's where they know, man. And it's left them feeling out in the cold with you. And it's mirroring back to them a need here to address this conflict and push them into their anxiety so that they could really resolve this. You're creating this thing for them to resolve this, whether you know it or not, and whether you're healed or not, or whether you're at where you're at. But I also feel like you're having to learn to deal with self-love. So you can just say no to this person, you know? Like, and not in a way that's like, no, but I'm really like desiring them and feeling like up and down based on them and still like spying and wanting more. It's like a real desire to say no, because I know my value here and I'm doing my own healing here in a way that I feel totally okay with myself. Then we wouldn't feel so pulled. I feel like you're pulled and they're pulled equally, as intensely to each other. It's not they're more pulled than you. I feel you're both pulled in the exact same way. But you want one thing and they want another. And there's this push-pull dynamic. Oh my God, you guys. Like, what are you, this person's sex slave? 6666. Could be an angel number, 4 6s. So 66 is a master number. Service as a source of joy, in which one pours from an overflowing cup, not martyrdom. What does that mean? My cup has to be overflowing. I need to love me so I can give unconditional love. I need to unconditionally love myself so I can give unconditional love to another. If I can't fill my own cup and see my innate value and love myself, then I have no business being in a 2 cups. Because what happens is I show up prematurely in a connection and I become a martyr. A martyr. I give, and then I get resentful, and then I get drained, and then I get upset, and then I get all, feeling like I need to prove my value. And it's like, no, you matter. You don't need to prove this to anyone. You have value, and you want this person to see your value, you know? It's like anyone could tell you anything, and it's like it doesn't matter unless this person sees your value. And the only way they're going to see you feel they're going to see your value is if they graduate from this passion sex energy more to this Knight of Cups and King of Pentacles. You want romance, them to open up emotionally, and you want commitment. You don't want this type of an energy, but this is what they keep coming to you with. And Spirits keeps putting it back in you to say, hey, well, learn your own Ace of Cups, learn your own values, learn your own beautiful energy here, before this person can come correctly, you know? What's this? Yeah, I want a fresh start with you. So this person wants, if they could right now come to you, they want to, but they're too afraid of your energy. And how they would come is like this. And what do they want? They want physical and all the stuff you don't want them to be in. That's how they're going to come. And so you're going to have to understand when you come to them, how it is that you're going to be compassionate, how it is that you can find it within yourself to remain with whatever boundaries you feel you need here, and not to feel rejected when this person doesn't come correctly or do the thing they always do. Because I think when they do this, you take it personally, you know, and who wouldn't? But only if we give into this, only if we sell ourselves to this energy. If we say, go ahead, you know, be shallow or be this or be that, I don't know, who cares? I don't involve myself with any of that, then it's like it doesn't take a part of you. But I feel like it keeps taking a part of you, and it's not to feel bad. It's not saying don't let it take a part of you. Just like it's wanting you to see how much of it does it pull from you, how much of it is it draining you, how much of it is this person sort of have a hold on you. Like, really look at this, because this lesson of looking at this and living through this and understanding this and going through this painful process will give you strength. Very much so that you can be in your own power forevermore, not needing anyone, seeing through these Knight of Wands energies, not dealing with this. Okay, that's it. You deal with it once, you deal with it. But I feel you need to heal, and you need to see your value, and you need to understand also that this person's also doing this thing, and not from a place of selfishness, but from the same hurting place as you, but it shows up differently. Both you guys are hurt. Both you guys. They deal with it differently than you. This is a masculine, most likely. You're a feminine. They deal with it in opposite, and this is a real push-pull dynamic. Okay? I'm sorry, pile 3, that you're going through this. It's not good. This is intense. So I might have done this reading at the peak point of some intense connection here, you know? And don't beat yourself up here if you, I don't know, engage in this, because they're also breaking their own sort of self here. Every time they do this, it's like they diminish themselves, you know, because they know that inside of themselves, there's this reliable, respectable, commendable, honorable person. And it's like they want to believe themselves to be less than or undeserving in some way. And so they keep like proving themselves right by this like projection, you know? And every time you give into it, it's like, damn it, like I've sold a part of myself. Like maybe if I give more, maybe if I'm more caring, maybe if I do this, maybe if I do this, like, no, you don't got to do anything for this person. You got to do it for yourself. Okay. Bless you. Pile number 3. This is your reading. I hope this helped you. I love you very much. I'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, gorgeous angels. Pile number 4. You guys picked the Tarot of the Divine. Let's take a look at the person on your mind and what is running through their mind when they think of you right here, right now. Okay, so hopefully we can get some current state of mind off the whole history of the connection here, or else I'll be here forever. And I really just wanted to see sort of a snapshot of energy in regards to what they're thinking when it comes to you right here, right now. Okay, so what's their current state of mind when they think about pile number 4, Spirit? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 4. Please protect me and the viewer and this connection as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 4. Thank you so much, pile 4, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here doing your reading. This might come reverse, meaning it's going to be your energy. If that's the case, you can go check out another pile. Sometimes we have a blend of energy, and it's up to you to determine who is who. Okay, so pile number 4, and the person they came here about. What's their person's state of mind when it comes to what they're thinking about for pile number 4, Spirit? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 4. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, pile 4, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here doing your reading. Pile number 4's person they came here about. And we'll pull your oracle cards. Pile number 4's person on their mind. What are they thinking right here, right now? What is their current mind state when they think about pile 4, about this connection, about pile 4 specifically? What are their thoughts? What is their understanding of this connection at this time, Spirit? We'll put these like this, because we'll read them soon. Okay, I do feel there's a bit more. One more. Pile number 4. This person right there and there. Okay. All right, let's see. So far we have the 9 of Cups. One thing they know for sure is you are their wish fulfillment. You make this person very, very, very fulfilled and happy. Okay, as long as I'm reading your person and not you. We'll see. Okay, 10 of Wands. But there's a big old bird in here. What's the big old bird in here? 9 of Wands. Some defensive energy. A desire to fight for this. A lot of passion. There might have been some experienced ending. Knight of Pentacles. So a consistent energy here. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. And we have the 6 of Swords in reverse. So there's stuckness here. Let's see. What is this talking about here? 7 of Cups in reverse. You need to choose wisely. Get out of confusion. There's wish fulfillment. Wow. Both these cards are talking about getting one's wish here. And this is fantasy as well here. Yeah, Moon. Look at the fantasy. You almost seem too good to be true to this person. And there's a need for them to accept some form of truth here that might be a burden for this person. Okay, 7 Wands. fighting for what matters, boundaries, Four of Swords, healing, reflecting, a period maybe of no contact, the King of Pentacles in reverse, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy, and we have the Hierophant, Taurus. So heavy Taurus, commitment, values, traditions, beliefs, Six of Pentacles, what we give to, how we invest, and the Death, Scorpio energy in reverse. I need to release, and we're having a difficult time with the transition. Endings. Okay, even nines talk about endings as well, so. And the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, let's see. What is this person thinking when it comes to you? I do feel like I want to see what's under Nine Wands. We have the Eight of Wands in reverse, so 8, 9, 10. Wands. And this deck's been shuffled a billion times. And the Queen of Cups. Okay, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Let me do it like this. Okay. Pile number 4. Your person has so much love for you in a way here that it almost seems unreal. Like I can't stress to you this energy. And I don't do fantasy stories ever, okay? Unless it comes through in this way. And I'm seeing this whole section here is really telling me that this person sees you as the ultimate person, okay, in their world. That seems almost too good to be true. And what has this person done with this? Most likely dropped the ball. Okay, and so what this person is looking at is like, I haven't been able to get out of my situation, whatever the situation is. I don't know. For all of you guys, it's different. It's represented here by this Hierophant. Okay, so it was like I had a family situation, maybe a marriage, maybe it was my beliefs of how I live my life, and my beliefs and my values. Like I'm really under this guise of who I have to be and how I live my life. So much so that it was blocking progress here with the best thing I could ever experience. And this was mixed in with maybe fear in developing this, because by developing this or going after this thing, which by the way, there was no doubt, there was never no doubt, never, ever no doubt. But then you might be thinking, and I don't see this here, but I'm just guessing or assuming or intuiting that if you know for certain beyond a shadow of a doubt it's me, then why are we stuck and why aren't you moving, you know? And it's like this person is, in their mind, has been slowly making progress towards this. For them, it's like they want to fight for this connection. If they haven't been showing in the Pentacle realm here to you what's what, it's like this person has been working on doing this, okay? Whether it's to your pace or not to your pace is questionable, and whether you've been seeing movement in the Pentacle realm, you know, is sort of irrelevant here, because I do feel like what the movement has been here is them, I just heard fighting for their life. And what I really think this means here is that their life is coming to an end of how they've been living it, whatever that is, because this is a major shift in our world where we wake up a completely sort of different person in a different world, you know, not like overnight, but it's like we don't know who we've become here because it's changed us profoundly. And I do feel that this relationship, connection, whatever situationship, whatever you're in here with this person, would require a huge change and transformation. This is big stuff here, or at least for this person, it's big, big, big. And they could be somebody here who doesn't take change very easily either. You know, we're seeing a lot of earth energy, okay, with the Taurus here and Virgo, Gemini. I don't know why I said Gemini. It could be Gemini with Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, okay, and Scorpio. But there's like this, the only blockage here wasn't the doubt on you ever, okay? It might have appeared this way. It was a lot of what comes with them choosing you, because that would require them to release something in their world and change themselves and transform. And so there's fear in letting go. There's fear in this whole thing, because whatever world that they built with or have has been their form of stability. And so this would flip their world sort of upside down. And so a lot of them would have to give up a home, would have to give up their money, would have to give up their hometown, would have to give up their lifestyle, would have to give up, like, there's so many downsides, how this person might have been seeing it, or just transitions and shifts and changes that we can't just do sort of instantaneously here. But there's one thing for certain here. I feel like your person has been healing throughout this experience with you, but there's a heaviness carrying these two truths within them, because both these things are true. It's like, I understand I got to deal with change and inevitable transition, and I'm having a difficult time with this, and maybe it's not going as fast as I want it to. I'm trying to fight here for this because I don't want to lose the best thing ever. And so I don't know if you guys have had a period of separation or with Four Swords, or it's just this person has been really in this reflective state, because I do feel like they're at a stage here where they're really fighting for investing in this connection and understanding what it would mean to lose you and sitting sort of out in the cold here. But it's also difficult for this person to let go of that world. And they're sort of at a breaking point here. And so if you're not in this person's world, it's like they're about to break because they're really, really at the point here where it's either you or this, then they know this, and so they're going to fight for you because they already know that this thing is over, dead. Like there isn't really a choice here. They've just been prolonging and delaying the inevitable. And they know this because they've been able to, they've been able to give to that world. Feed that world and sustain it. But what they were feeding was just this inevitable ending. And I feel like it was this, what's it called? What's it called? Spirit. What were you saying? It was coming through from Spirit and now I lost it. It's like an investment that they've made here, but it falls flat. I don't know what the word was. Spirit was coming through here. Sorry, guys. If it comes through, I'll tell you. But yeah, so it's like the more they fed that world, because they were giving to that world, they weren't pouring into you at all. I feel like, at all. And so what they've proven to you here is doubt. And you're most likely either confused or you never got clarity, or you don't even understand where this person is at, or you're in the dark, I feel, of the truth here of what's going on. And I feel like a lot of you guys seen a future potential here with this person, but it's like, you're not going to just stick around to a potential here until it gets clear. And you're also definitely not going to be an option. And you definitely want this person to choose. You want them to choose you, of course, because whatever they were sort of involved with here, I feel like that's where they were investing. But it's like upkeeping this dead thing, that wasn't going anywhere. And so I feel like some of you guys, definitely there might have been a block in no contact, but I also feel like this is a block in letting you in to this understanding. I don't know why they feel they got to fight alone or resolve this alone or transition alone. Maybe for some of them, they feel like it's not your battle, or I'm not going to share with you all of the struggle I'm having here with this thing because I could do it myself. I'm a warrior. I'll get through it. I know that I'm going to fight for you in some capacity. And there's this feeling of you're my strength. You give me emotions and you're compassionate and you sort of get me going to deal with this thing. And so if you've pulled away, it's they'll lose the best thing ever, the one that got away. But also it's without you sort of there energetically, or I feel it's more in their world, giving them love. It's then they feel too weak to deal with this thing. It's kind of what it seems like, but they wouldn't admit weakness here. They're coming out as this fighting warrior. But it's you give me a reason to want to fight out of this thing, which, by the way, they have to anyway, because I feel like there's no, forever constant thing that lasts forever. And so whatever world that they have been in has come to a natural conclusion. So there's a need for them to get out of it anyway. But you give them a fighting strength, a leg to stand on, a desire to push through this thing and not just be I'm just going to sort of sit here until this thing sort of implodes on itself, which I do feel this thing was something that they were still feeding and feeding and feeding and feeding. And I feel like you're probably feeling very left out, and it's unfair because it's well, if I'm this best thing ever here, and also contributing emotions here for you, which you could probably tell here that this person's been intaking and taking and taking, but then the output has been another outlet. So it's been a one-way street, giving, and then your energy and your efforts been poured into something else, like in a pentacle realm. Now, this doesn't mean that this person hasn't been engaged with you, but I don't feel in a pentacle realm, or anyway, actually, has been anything been going up your side of the street. So all I'm seeing here energetically is energy coming from you to this person, and then them getting all like in this lovey-dovey energy of what could be for them and you, and this makes them feel good. And it's like, but then it pours into this other world of sustaining it, only to know that eventually it would come to an end anyway. So I don't know why there was a sustaining energy, or they felt they needed to do this. But for a lot of them, it's like because this was their value, or this was what they believed was the right thing to do, or I don't know, the commitment they had. So they had a marriage. It was like they had a commitment to this marriage to a certain point, or I don't know. I honestly don't know, but it is something here that was getting their energy. And I think all that's happened here was in disappointment, and maybe, like I said, for a lot of you guys, you went no contact or a separation, or like they got left out, or it imploded in some way with you. But I do feel like the thing that they're having to part with is going to be this reality of a loss, how they're still seeing it, and is it a loss? I don't know, but they're seeing it as a loss of a resource, a home, a loss of stability, a loss of some part of themselves, some part they identify with, And this is why they were giving to that, because it was like, I identify with that being me. So it was almost like an automatic, because it's like feeding ourselves, right? Like it's automatic. You're not going to go feed another person. Like you're just going to feed yourself. And so I feel like this person's used to being on some autopilot feeding of self in this world, but Spirit's been knocking with you and your love saying, hey, pile number 4 person, this thing is coming to an end. Your whole world is shifting and changing, and you need to get a whole change of mindset and live your life differently. And this is not working for you no more. And this is how beautiful it could be. You can experience this. And they're like, oh, well, overwhelmed. But it's like, but I don't want to give up on pile number 4. Sorry if I called you pile 3. I don't want to give up. And so I feel there's always been a consistency moving towards you, fighting for you, however they do it, even though fighting for you resulted in you seeing and observing them pouring into this hierophant. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, And so the stuckness, not moving. Potential. And it's like, if they know there's a potential opportunity here, why were they not then investing back at you? So I do feel there's a shift here, because I do feel like they're coming to this breaking point, if I got to be honest here. 2 of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like they couldn't prioritize this connection. And this is a feeling of, really like being strapped in or being without. And so it's really like making ends meet in some way here. And it's like, I feel this person really feels stretched in order to just choose and move forward and choose you because of this other thing. So it's like, I got to kind of feed it too, or I got to kind of do this thing, not out of a desire or want or thinking it's better. It's because a belief again, I don't know. Okay, well, let's see. Lots of passion, Ace of Cups. So emotional new beginning. That's a lot of love. These ones flipped when we did your shuffle. Have I lost everything? See, this is this. There's a lot of anxiety around losing some form of stability in choosing this connection. And it's creating this inability for them just to release, because it's not working for them. I don't know that they see it just yet. I'm too afraid to talk. Remember I told you they don't want to let you in or like communicate to this struggle, this battle that they're doing on their own. It's like, the more I can do this on my own, the stronger I'll be and prove to you. But it's like, proof to you, by that's time, all they've proven to you is to be stuck and slow and, but it's like they want to be this hero. Show you. I'm going to show you. I'm not going to tell you. I'm just going to do it. But how long have they been doing this for? I don't know. Time to ground yourself. So this could be advice to you, but certainly I feel like this person was pouring in a pentacle way to this thing. So nothing was grounded in this connection. One-way street, you giving emotions to this person, being miles apart, and them feeding this world. Well, what about you? Like what about your guys' dynamic? What about sharing and giving with you? What about this future potential? Nope. It wasn't happening. So it's time to ground this thing. And I do feel, like I said, there's a breaking point or an end cycle here. Yeah, you already know. I think you intuit this already. And I feel like this person knows that you know this. Like, I'm coming. You know that I'm fighting for you. You know that I'm putting an end to this thing. So why do I need to tell you? You already know. But you're like in this moon, like, well, maybe I might intuit this because I feel like you're highly intuitive with this moon and this Queen of Cups. So you've been having to use your intuition this whole time, like read between the energy lines, and through dreams and like, I don't know, like Morse code and telekinesis and smoke signals, like what they're doing here. But then so this person's counting on that part of you to know, but I don't know why they can't let you in, because I feel this is half the battle, is like, communicates to me then that this is where we're going, or this is what you're doing, or let me in. 13, I sometimes wonder if you care. So this death is this 13, Scorpio energy. I feel like this person has experienced an out in the cold, you sort of saying enough's enough here. Maybe, like I said, some of you guys in separation. And it's like, do you even see this struggle that I'm going through here? Because you might be giving the energy like, here, I'm going to pour emotions here. And it's like, I want to experience you. I want a two-way street. I want, to be engaged with you. And they're like, do you care that I'm like, I don't know, about to lose everything here, or this is a bigger decision, or this is like tied to my identity? And like, do you see the severity and the importance of this whole thing? Because I don't want you to think that I'm just fucking around here and choosing this thing that doesn't mean anything. This means something so grand to them because it's part of who they are, or they believe it to be. This doesn't mean, again, that they're emotionally, sexually feeling intimacy with whatever this is. But it means that it's ingrained into who they are and what they think they have to do, a level of responsibility, or like an identity of how I have always been. And so it creates this big thing because I feel they're putting it out there like this big thing. This is an acceptable reason why I have not done the thing you want me to do. But don't you see this? It's like, you don't really care so much because you're like, it's time to accept change, not make reasons why you need to be there. Love me. So I think you've had to love yourself, and I feel like you want this person to show you love. Like, love me too. Don't just pour into this thing. Like, actions speak louder than words. And so if this person keeps pouring into their Hierophant and their world constantly, and you stuck in the dark trying to read through smoke signals, it's like, you're not showing me. So even though I might intuit that you love me, you're not showing me and you're not investing in me. So this isn't love. This is you choosing fear. This is you clinging to what you don't want to lose. That's not love. Love me. Put your money where your mouth is, but it's like, I'm too afraid. Do you think about me too? I think you're wondering if this person is even considering you. And if you're in separation, again, it's this energy of like, have I taken too long? Have I been stopped here? Where are you at? Are you still thinking about me? Is the feeling mutual here? I don't know why they would feel it's not mutual. I feel you're seeing how it could not be mutual if they're energetically giving to something else. I want a fresh start with you. So this is this Ace Cups. They want a new life with you. I don't feel like this is just, they want to, like go through a cycle. I feel this person wants a life with you. They want a fresh start at their life. And it would require them to really sever this thing and release this thing. This is a big step for this person. A very big, big, big step for this person. I'm not making an excuse here, and I do feel it's time for them. It has been time for them to let go of it, but I feel like there's a lot involved in this thing that isn't as simple as maybe we'd like it to be. And it's like their biggest desire, their biggest wish, their biggest want here is to start over with you, like have a start with you. Yeah, I don't think it's start over. I feel like it's just starting with you, this new world, this new life, this new love. If I follow you, I could lose everything. Yeah, see, there's this. And okay, so this is coming through like, this, do you think about me too? this person feels, even though, like I said, this is coming to a natural conclusion anyway. So they're going to have to make moves here anyway. Okay. But if they start to rapidly sort of put this to an end or release or do what they need to do here in their old world, it would only be because they know that it's mutual and that they would have this sort of reward on the other end, that you love them, like love me, you feel the same way. But it's like, I could lose everything if all of a sudden I do this and put an end to this thing, whatever, this marriage, this lifestyle, and move there or do what I got to do to commit to you. And then all of a sudden it's like, you don't even feel the same way. This, because it's so intense how I feel, like I said, like this, they want you to feel like this, so that they can justify doing the release. But if you don't feel like this, then I'm just going to sort of play this out and drag this out as long as I can. You know, like why would I cut myself at the knees or shoot myself in the foot if you're not feeling the same way I am? But this is the driver for me to make change. I think we should see other people. So this is this talking themselves out, and third energy of, I'm going to not communicate, deal with this in a third party type way by you giving to me and me investing in this Hierophant energy. A lot of you guys, like I said, is a third situation that's taking all of their resource because their resources are held here. But they keep giving to this thing, you know? So this is how you feel, is like, you're not choosing me, you're choosing other people, other things. And although I feel you love me, why is it that I feel like I'm not prioritized? Why is it that I feel like you're already made your choice? You're choosing the dead thing. You're choosing the thing that's already over. Think before you act. Yes, I can't just do this in case I lose everything. I can't just pull the plug in case you don't feel the way I do. I could lose everything. I really got to think about it, consider it. And I feel this person has been very defensive about it for some time too. I have so much desire for you. That's this energy. And I want to get you drunk. Double energy, Capricorn energy. So, like I said, passion, passion, passion. That's this devil. Okay. And I feel like in the light attribute of this devil, this desire, this passion, mixed with this love and this fantasy of who you mean to this person and this wish come true or this wish fulfillment in the future, is the driver for this person to make change in their world. And I think Spirit's brought you guys together for this. It's like, this person needs to love themselves enough to choose their passion, to choose their person, to choose their path, not to stay stuck and stagnant and giving themselves into the matrix world and pay pentacle after pentacle towards this thing that is not giving them this. It's giving them some sense of stability or resource, but I feel like it's a stagnancy, and I feel like it's at the expense of emotions and love. You know, and I think where it hurts you again is like, they're not telling you or talking to you about the real truth of what they're doing, and you're like, well, can't they just tell me? Like, you're so intuitive here, you know. Prioritize. They're giving to this thing. Yeah, so lots of love. I feel you feel lots of love for this person. I feel like you're probably at your breaking point with this 10 wands, that you feel like, okay, if you don't prioritize me or do something soon here, then I guess you're going to lose out on your dream, you know? And they're like, wait, I want to fight for you. I'm really driven to wake up in the morning with this passion and this desire and this dream and this vision and this love and your generosity and this, I'm going to do what I can. I'm going to do what I can. But wait, like, what if I have all this and you don't? And then all of a sudden, you know, like I said, I go and I turn, they're scared of, not two-faced, what's it called? Turning their back on something they've been committed to. It could be just a form of themselves. If I turn my back on myself, on what I always told myself who I was or what I was committed to, all of a sudden I'm a traitor. All of a sudden I'm no longer a man of value or a person of, you know, that's of my word. And I don't think this person likes this, you know, but then also there's this matrix side to it. This pays my bill, or this makes me appear in a certain way, or it gives me security. And so it's difficult when we are faced with a security thing to trust in the divine. And I feel like Spirit's wanting this person to trust in the divine, to go with their emotions and their feels. Okay, now I'm not saying everyone listen to your heart and go sell yourself and live by a van down by the river unless you're called to do this. This person's journey is being called for them to act in line with their heart and their passion, their desire, which is calling them to make change in the world to come towards you. And they're fighting it, resisting it, not wanting to see it, believe it, or have to surrender to this. Okay, so it's imbalanced right now, I still feel, and it's not because this person doesn't love you or feel you're the best thing ever. It's because it's misdirected and they're still kind of in this matrix mindset and not trusting the divine. And maybe, like needing some more buy-in. And if you do have a separation with this person, it's like, oh, now, I don't know, like where you're at now. So do I hang on to this world a little longer, or do I fight for you? It could be the polar opposite now. It's like, now I have a reason to fight, fight for you, fight for this. But there's a lot of fighter conviction. I feel a very strong masculine energy coming through. And I feel like this masculine isn't going to stop at anything to get this, no matter how long it takes them. And this is the type of energy I'm getting that shows up, like, I don't know, 20 years later and says, here I am, and you're like, well, what the hell? And they're like, well, I promised my word, It's like my word, my conviction, my fight, my desire here to make what's right. Because this person, at the end of the day, I think is going to make what's right for them, in line with authenticity. And they're working their way through that. So this looks like a big dog's breakfast here, but I know you guys can make sense of it. So love you guys very much. And I will see you at the next one. Bye-bye.